today's video, we are going to teach you how to style 3 different versions of the broccoli or llama cut. The broccoli or llama cut is a men's hairstyle combining short faded sides with a voluminous curly top, and it is extremely popular among members of Generation Z. It is typically a haircut that is undercut and is faded and has a voluminous curly textured top that resembles broccoli flowerets. The cut is characterized by its contrast between the closely shaved or faded sides to the shaggy layered hair on top. Now the sides are either buzzed short, faded, or tapered, and this creates a clean structured base, and the top is styled with short uneven layers creating a fluffy curly texture. The primary difference between the two names is in the distribution of the hair on top. The broccoli cut features curls that are cut at an even 90-degree angle and distributes throughout the top, whereas the alpaca or llama cut has a more prominent, heavier forward-facing mop of hair in the front outline and tends to blend to the taper in the back. So this is the longer version of the broccoli cut. Always begin cutting with clean, wet hair. And as you can see, we have created an undercut that begins at the top of the parietal ridge, all the way angled down to the occipital bone. The whole interior has been cut at a 90-degree angle. To style this cut, we're going to begin by parting down the center and taking a 1-inch section in the front outline. Stay organized, use clips when you're working with highly textured hair. Next, we're going to use Solutions by Great Clips Taming Cream. Taming Cream is a great loose styling product with great memory and hold, and it offers the hair and curls a very healthy shine. We want to apply this section liberally, and then we're going to be doing a technique that is called comb coiling. This method creates defined spiral curls, and the process involves beginning with applying that liberal amount of product to the section. Then you insert the tip of the comb at the root of the hair, and then you're going to twirl it at a 360-degree motion, moving downward towards the end of the hair shaft until you reach the very end. Next, we're going to move into creating 1-inch sections, moving all the way through the interior of the hair. Again, remember to apply liberal amounts of the curl taming cream. This is a fun technique to teach your customers, but you do want to make certain that they know that they should consider going and getting a rat tail comb, because this will help them with their own parting and sectionings when they're trying to do this at home themselves. And then of course we really want to teach them to just take 1-inch sections. So once all of the sections are coiled, the hair can be air dried or set with a diffuser. Now we're going to move into our next look on the broccoli cut. This is a much shorter version, still keeping the shape at 90 degrees. However, we do want to take this considerably shorter. So I'm going to begin by creating a mohawk center section. And once I have created the mohawk guide completely throughout the whole top of the head, then what we want to do is go and shape the outline of the interior of this cut. So I've removed about 1 inch, so I'm going to remove 1 inch from the outline as well. We want to make certain that this whole cut looks nice and even throughout. As you can see, one of the things that I am doing is as I am taking and cutting each of these sections, I want to make certain that I am releasing the tension, because you don't want to pull too hard on curly hair or it will get too short. Once I have continued with that top outline, I'm now going to widen the guide all the way throughout the interior until I get up to the top, just past the occipital bone. Then from there, I'm going to be taking sections throughout the sides, making certain that I'm matching it to the outline. So now we're going to be using the Solutions by Grey Clips Curl Hydro Soufflé, and as you can see, I used a generous amount of this product. What makes this product so awesome is that it does have a firmer hold and it has a lovely shine. However, it doesn't create any kind of, casting or graying of the curls. Perfect product when you want to just air dry a nice look. Now we're going to move into our last look. This is a llama cut, and we're going to change the shape of this cut. First, we're going to begin with a mohawk section. Now remember, a llama cut has a longer front and a shorter back. So we want to maintain the interior top. So we're going to use that as our guide. And then we're going to start changing the elevation in the back until it matches the undercut. So we're removing quite a bit of bulk here. And once I've created that mohawk section, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do pie-shaped sections from the back of each break point. And one of the things that you're going to see as we move closer to the break point is that I will be taking a section of hair that is in front of the break point and bringing it back and blending that in, okay? I'll be doing that on both sides. And there you can see I'm over directing it back. That blends the front, top, and sides. Now I'm going to do a shear over comb technique to blend. Now I'm going to use the Curl Whip mousse. Now don't be afraid to use a lot of this product. This is not like other typical mousses. This mousse never gets sticky or stiff or crunchy. It keeps the hair very hydrated and moist, and the curls are bouncy and shiny. And it just loves to be just air dried. So definitely teach your guys not to be afraid. Have them start in the back of the crown and work towards the front of the head. Now, if your customers are wanting a more matted look, you take a dry towel and all you're going to do is rub it in circles. What this does is it roughs up the cuticle and it creates a more matted curl texture. That is a look that is happening right now. That is very popular, and this is a simple little way of doing it with a tool that you already have in your salon, the towel. And there you have it, a llama cut. Thank you for joining us here today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below.